Dear listeners, I welcome you to my channel. Leave your comments and impressions, I value your opinion. The hum of city life buzzes outside our apartment window, a constant reminder of the world continuing its relentless pace. Inside, the atmosphere is starkly different, quiet, almost eerily so. I sit at the kitchen table, my morning coffee untouched, its steam curling lazily upwards. A soft beat from Emily's phone on the counter shatters the silence, drawing my attention. She's in the shower, humming a tune I can't quite place. The phone vibrates again, nudging closer to the edge of the counter. I've always respected her privacy, never once felt the urge to check her messages. But today, something feels off. A nagging sensation in my gut tells me to pick it up. I glance towards the bathroom, the sound of running water muffling her voice. Reaching for the phone, I tell myself it's just a quick look. My thumb swipes across the screen, revealing a string of notifications. One message, in particular, catches my eye. If you don't pay me $10,000, everyone will find out about your secret affairs and see these photos. My heart skips a beat, the blood drains from my face, leaving me dizzy. My hands tremble as I open the message thread. It's from an unknown number. I scroll up, my mind racing, each word I read making my stomach churn. Unknown. You have until the end of the week to get the money. Unknown. I'm not bluffing. The photos will go public. Unknown. Don't think you can get out of this. I feel like I've been punched in the gut. My wife, my Emily, the woman I've loved and trusted for years, is cheating on me. And worst, she's being blackmailed. I barely have time to process this when I hear the shower turn off. Panic surges through me. I quickly lock the phone and set it back on the counter, returning to my coffee and pretending to scroll through my own phone. Emily steps out of the bathroom, her hair wrapped in a towel, a smile playing on her lips. Morning, love, she says, walking over to kiss my cheek. I manage a weak smile. Morning. She picks up her phone, glancing at the screen briefly before setting it back down. Anything interesting happening today? She asks, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. I swallow hard, forcing myself to remain calm. Not much, just the usual. The words taste bitter in my mouth. Every part of me wants to confront her, demand answers, but I need to think this through. Bursting out in anger will get us nowhere. I'm meeting Sarah for lunch today, she continues, completely unaware. You remember her from college, right? Yeah, of course, I reply automatically, my mind still racing. As she chats about her plans, I can't help but feel a pang of betrayal. The Emily I know wouldn't do this. The Emily I love wouldn't put us in this situation. But the evidence is right there, staring me in the face. I need to know more. I need to find out who's blackmailing her and why. And I need to do it without tipping her off. After she leaves for her lunch date, I pace the living room, my thoughts a chaotic whirlwind. Confronting her directly could push her away or make her defensive. Instead, I decide to investigate. I have to play this smart. First, I need to find out who sent those messages. Grabbing my laptop, I start searching for any clues that could lead me to the blackmailer. It's a long shot, but I might be able to trace the number. I pull up a reverse phone lookup service and type in the number. The result is a burner phone. Of course, it wouldn't be that easy. Frustrated, I run my fingers through my hair. I need another angle. Maybe I can find something in Emily's emails or social media. I hate the idea of snooping, but I need answers. Her laptop is in the study. I power it on, and after a moment's hesitation, start guessing her password. It takes a few tries, but eventually, I'm in. My heart races as I navigate to her email. There are hundreds of messages, but one name stands out: David. David. I rack my brain, trying to remember if she's mentioned him before. A colleague, maybe? A friend? I open the most recent email exchange. It's casual, friendly, but there's an underlying tone that makes me uneasy. David. Looking forward to seeing you tonight. Same place? Emily. Yes, can't wait. The date on the email is from yesterday. I feel a cold sweat break out across my forehead. She's meeting him regularly. I click through more messages, piecing together their relationship. Dinner dates, late-night chats, and inside jokes. This isn't just a friendship. My phone buzzes, snapping me back to the present. It's a text from Emily. Running late, don't wait up for dinner. Love you. The irony isn't lost on me. I close the laptop, my mind made up. Tonight, I'll follow her. I need to see this for myself. If she's meeting David, I'll know for sure. As evening falls, I wait until she leaves the apartment. Keeping a safe distance, I trail her through the bustling city streets. My heart pounds with each step, a mix of dread and determination fueling my movements. She stops at a small, cozy restaurant. I find a spot across the street, hidden behind a newspaper stand. Moments later, a man joins her at the table. David. They laugh, leaning in close, oblivious to the world around them. I snap a few photos with my phone, evidence of their affair. But this isn't enough. I need more. I need to know why she's being blackmailed and who's behind it. My mind races with possibilities, each one more unsettling than the last. As they finish their meal and leave the restaurant, I follow them once more. They part ways a few blocks down, and I decide to follow David. Maybe he holds the key to this whole mess. He leads me to an upscale apartment building. I watch as he enters, then make a note of the address. This is just the beginning. I need to gather more information, piece together the puzzle, and figure out how deep this betrayal goes. Returning home, I feel a mix of exhaustion and resolve. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. I'll get to the bottom of this, find out who's blackmailing Emily, and expose the truth. Whatever it takes, I'll uncover the secrets lurking in the shadows of our lives. The next morning, I wake up feeling like I've aged a decade overnight. Emily is already up, bustling around the kitchen, her usual cheerful self. I watch her from the bedroom door, feeling a strange mix of anger and sadness. She's living a double life, and I need to know why. Morning, she says, looking up with a smile as I enter the kitchen. I made your favorite, pancakes. Thanks, I mutter, forcing a smile. I can't help but notice the way she glances at her phone every few minutes. Is she expecting another message from the blackmailer? Or perhaps from David? As I eat, I think about my next move. I need help. Someone who can dig deeper into this without Emily finding out. An idea hits me. Alex, my college friend, works as a private investigator. We haven't spoken in a while, but if there's anyone I can trust, it's him. I finish breakfast and kiss Emily goodbye, promising to meet her for dinner. The moment I step outside, I dial Alex's number. It rings a few times before he picks up. Hey, it's been a while. Alex's voice is warm, but I can hear the curiosity in his tone. What's up, man? Alex, I need a favor. It's complicated. Can we meet? I say, glancing around to make sure no one is listening. Sure thing. My office at noon? Perfect. See you then. I spend the next few hours anxiously waiting, my mind replaying the events of the last 24 hours. By the time I arrive at Alex's office, I'm a bundle of nerves. He greets me with a firm handshake and a concerned look. Let's talk inside, he says, leading me to his office. Once we're seated, he leans forward. What's going on? I take a deep breath and spill everything. The message on Emily's phone, her affair with David, and the blackmail threat. Alex listens intently, not interrupting once. When I finish, he leans back in his chair, rubbing his chin thoughtfully. That's a lot to take in. First, we need to identify the blackmailer. They could be anyone. Someone who knows about Emily's affair or someone who's been watching you both. I try tracing the number, but it's a burner phone, I say, feeling frustrated. Burner phones are tricky, but not impossible. I'll start by checking security footage from around the places she meets David. Maybe we can spot someone suspicious. Thanks, Alex. I don't know what I'd do without you. That's what friends are for, he says with a reassuring smile. I'll also look into David. See if he has any enemies or connections that might link to the blackmailer. As we discuss the plan, my phone buzzes with a message from Emily. Miss you already. See you tonight. I force a smile and text back. Can't wait. After leaving Alex's office, I head back to my car. My mind racing with possibilities. Who could be behind this? And why target Emily? My thoughts are interrupted by a call from an unknown number. I hesitate but answer it. Hello. Is this Mark? A gruff voice asks. Yes, who is this? Let's just say I'm someone who can help you with your little problem. The voice says, sending a chill down my spine. What do you mean? I know about the blackmail. Meet me at the old warehouse on 5th and Maple at 9 p.m. tonight. Come alone. The line goes dead before I can ask any questions. My heart pounds as I contemplate the risk. This could be a trap, but it might also be my best chance to get some answers. That evening, I make an excuse to Emily about working late and head to the warehouse district. The area is deserted, the only sound the distant hum of traffic. I park a few blocks away and walk the rest of the distance, my senses on high alert. The warehouse looms ahead, its windows dark and foreboding. I push open the heavy door, the creak echoing through the empty space. A single bulb hangs from the ceiling, casting eerie shadows. I scan the room, my eyes landing on a figure standing in the corner. "You're here," a man says, stepping into the light. He's tall, with a rugged look and a scar running down his cheek. "Who are you?" I ask, trying to keep my voice steady. "Call me Jack. I used to work with David. We were associates," he says, his eyes narrowing. "I heard about the blackmail and figure you might want some information." "Why help me?" I ask, skeptical. "Let's just say David and I had a falling out. I'm not a fan of his anymore," Jack says with a smirk. "But I want something in return." "What do you want?" "Money. 5,000. Half now, half when I give you the info." I hesitate, but I don't have much choice. "Fine, I can get you the money." "Good. I'll contact you tomorrow with the details." He hands me a burner phone. "Use this to reach me." As I leave the warehouse, my mind is a whirlwind of thoughts. Who is Jack, really? And can I trust him? For now, he seems like my best lead. When I get home, Emily is already in bed, asleep. I watch her for a moment, the woman I thought I knew so well. I slip into bed beside her, my mind racing with the events of the day. The next morning, Alex calls with an update. "I reviewed some footage. There's a guy who shows up around the times Emily and David meet. Might be our blackmailer. I'll keep digging." "Thanks, Alex. I met someone last night who might have more info. His name's Jack." "Be careful, Mark. We don't know who we're dealing with." "I will. Keep me posted." As I hang up, I feel a renewed sense of determination. This isn't just about Emily's affair anymore. It's about uncovering the truth and protecting my family. Whatever it takes, I'll get to the bottom of this. And when I do, the people responsible will pay. The next few days are a blur of routine and clandestine investigation. I juggle work, my strained relationship with Emily, and the deepening mystery of her affair and blackmail. Alex updates me regularly, but progress is slow. The stress is taking its toll, and I feel like a live wire, buzzing with anxiety. It's a Tuesday evening when things start to heat up. I'm sitting in my car, parked a few blocks from Emily's latest rendezvous with David. I watch as they exit the restaurant, laughing and completely unaware of my presence. I snap a few photos and send them to Alex for good measure. A call from Jack on the burner phone interrupts my thoughts. "Meet me at the abandoned factory on Elm Street. Now. And bring the money." I hesitate. "Are you sure about this? It feels risky." "Do you want answers or not?" Jack's tone is impatient. "Get there in 30 minutes, or the deal's off." The line goes dead. My heart races as I pull away from the curb. I drive to the factory, the city lights blurring as my mind spins with possibilities. Who is Jack really? And can I trust him? The factory looms ahead, dark and foreboding. I park nearby and step out, the cold night air hitting me like a slap. I tuck the envelope with the money into my jacket and head inside, every sense on high alert. Jack is waiting in the shadows, his face partially obscured by the dim light. "You got the money?" "Yeah, half now, like we agreed," I say, handing him the envelope. He counts the bills quickly, then nods. "All right, listen up. David is not just some random guy. He's part of a bigger operation. He uses women to get information, blackmailing them if necessary." "Emily's a pawn?" I ask, anger boiling inside me. "Exactly. He's got something on her, and he's using it to keep her close," Jack explains. "The blackmailer is likely someone in his circle, someone who wants a piece of the action or is trying to leverage David's secrets for their gain." "Do you know who it is?" "Not yet, but I have a lead. There's a guy, Tony, who works with David. He's been seen around your wife a lot. Might be worth checking him out." "Where can I find this Tony?" "He hangs out at a dive bar downtown, the Rusty Nail." "I'd start there," Jack says, slipping back into the shadows. "And remember, half the money when I give you the name." I nod, my mind racing with this new information. I leave the factory, my thoughts swirling. Emily isn't just cheating. She's caught in a web of deceit and danger. I need to confront her, but not yet. I need more evidence, something undeniable. The next night, I head to the Rusty Nail, a seedy bar on the outskirts of downtown. The neon sign flickers as I walk in, the air thick with smoke and the smell of stale beer. I scan the room, looking for anyone who fits Jack's description of Tony. I spot him at a corner table, nursing a drink and talking to a burly man with a shaved head. I take a seat at the bar, ordering a beer and keeping my eyes on Tony. After about an hour, his companion leaves and Tony moves to the bar, ordering another drink. I see my chance. I approach him, trying to seem casual. Mind if I join you? Tony looks me over, suspicion flickering in his eyes. Suit yourself. I sit down, taking a sip of my beer. Heard you might know a guy named David. Tony's expression hardens. Who wants to know? A concerned party, I say, choosing my words carefully. I have a business proposition, but I need to know more about him first. Tony laughs, a harsh sound. David's not someone you just approach. Why should I trust you? I lean in, lowering my voice, because I have money, and I can make it worth your while. Tony's eyes gleam with interest. All right. What do you want to know? Everything. Start with the blackmail. Tony shifts, looking around to make sure no one is listening. David uses blackmail to keep his women in line. He's got dirt on all of them. Your wife, Emily, right? She's no different. My blood runs cold at the confirmation. What does he have on her? Tony hesitates, then shrugs. Photos, emails, recordings. He's thorough. He knows how to make people squirm. Who's the blackmailer? I press, feeling desperation claw at me. Could be anyone in his crew. But I'd bet on Mitch. He's been trying to muscle in on David's territory for a while. Where can I find Mitch? Tony smirks. He'll be at the old dockyard tomorrow night, midnight. But be careful. Mitch is dangerous. I nod, slipping him some cash. Thanks for the tip. As I leave the bar, I feel a mix of fear and determination. I'm getting closer to the truth, but the stakes are higher than ever. I need to prepare for tomorrow night, and I can't do it alone. Back at home, Emily is waiting for me, her expression a mix of worry and irritation. Where have you been? Out. Had to take care of some things, I say, avoiding her gaze. You're being so secretive lately, she says, her voice trembling. Is there something you're not telling me? I take a deep breath, deciding it's time to confront her, at least partially. I know about David. I know you're seeing him. Her face pales, tears welling up in her eyes. Mark, I can explain. Save it, I say, holding up a hand. I don't care about the affair right now. I care about the blackmail. Someone is threatening you, and I need to know everything. She looks down, tears streaming down her cheeks. It started a few months ago. David found out some things about me, things I'm not proud of. He threatened to expose me unless I did what he wanted. Why didn't he come to me? I ask, my voice softening. I was scared, she whispers. I thought you'd leave me. I pull her into a hug, feeling her tremble against me. We'll get through this, but you need to trust me. She nods, and I know we're finally on the same page. Tomorrow night, I'll confront Mitch, and with Emily's help, we'll unravel this web of lies and deceit. Together, we'll face whatever comes our way. The night at the dockyard is eerily quiet, the stillness only interrupted by the occasional rustle of leaves and distant city sounds. Emily insisted on coming with me despite my objections. She's determined to face her demons and end this nightmare together. We park a short distance away and make our way towards the abandoned warehouses, where Mitch is supposed to be. Are you sure about this? Emily whispers, her voice trembling. I squeeze her hand reassuringly. We have to end this, Emily. For us. As we approach, I see a group of men near a dimly lit warehouse. Among them is Mitch, a tall, imposing figure with a steely gaze. He's flanked by two burly henchmen. I take a deep breath, knowing this confrontation could go south quickly. Mitch, I call out, stepping into the light. Emily stays slightly behind me, her eyes wide with fear. Mitch turns, his expression hardening when he sees us. Well. Look who decided to show up. The husband and the cheating wife. What do you want? I want this to end, I say, trying to keep my voice steady. You're blackmailing my wife. I know you have something on her, and I want it all, every photo, every recording. This ends tonight. Mitch laughs, a harsh, grating sound. You think you can just walk in here and demand that? You've got guts. I'll give you that. I pull out the burner phone Jack gave me, showing him the messages. I've got proof. And I'm not afraid to use it. Mitch's eyes narrow. You don't know who you're dealing with, do you? This goes way beyond me. David's operation is just the tip of the iceberg. Before I can respond, there's a sudden movement behind Mitch. A figure steps out of the shadows. Jack. My heart skips a beat. What is he doing here? Jack? I say, confused. Sorry, Mark, Jack says, his face devoid of emotion. You were getting too close. I had to take care of things. Realization dawns on me. You're working with Mitch. Jack smirks. Not just with him, I'm running the whole show. David was my puppet, and Mitch here does the dirty work. Emily gasps, stepping back in shock. You betrayed us. I did what I had to do, Jack says coldly. Now, hand over the money and we'll let you walk away. Forget you ever saw us. I feel a surge of anger. You think I'm just going to let you get away with this? You're ruining lives, Jack. Jack shrugs. It's just business. Before I can react, Mitch lunges at me. I dodge, barely avoiding his grasp. Emily screams, and I hear her footsteps running away. I'm relieved she's getting to safety, but now I'm alone against these men. A fight breaks out, chaotic and brutal. I manage to land a few punches, but Mitch is strong, and his henchmen join in. I'm quickly overpowered, pinned to the ground. Jack stands over me, a sneer on his face. You should have stayed out of this, Mark. Now, you're going to pay. Just as he raises his fist, a loud siren pierces the night. Blue and red lights flash, and several police cars screech to a halt around us. Officers pour out, weapons drawn. Freeze, hands up. One of them yells. Jack's face twists in fury. You called the cops? I smirk through the pain. No, Emily did. Emily appears from behind a police car, her face determined. I called them when I saw how many people were here. I knew we couldn't handle this alone. The police quickly take control, arresting Mitch, Jack, and their henchmen. One of the officers helps me to my feet, checking for injuries. I look at Emily, feeling a mixture of relief and pride. We did it, I say, pulling her into a hug. We did, she whispers, tears in her eyes. As the police cart Jack and Mitch away, one of the detectives approaches us. You two are lucky. This operation has been under investigation for months. We've been trying to catch the ringleaders, but they'd always slip through our fingers. Jack was behind it all, I say, still reeling from the revelation. He used David and Mitch to do his dirty work. We'll get your statements and make sure they're put away for a long time, the detective assures us. You did the right thing calling us. Over the next few hours, Emily and I give our statements, recounting everything that happened. It's a long night, but the sense of relief is overwhelming. By the time we're allowed to leave, the first light of dawn is breaking over the horizon. We drive home in silence, both of us lost in our thoughts. When we finally walk through the door, I turn to Emily. I'm sorry I didn't trust you sooner. We could have avoided all this. She shakes her head, tears spilling down her cheeks. No, Mark. I'm the one who's sorry. I should have been honest with you from the start. We stand there for a moment, the weight of everything that's happened settling over us. Then slowly, we start to rebuild. It's not easy, trust has been broken, and wounds need to heal. But we face it together, knowing that the worst is behind us. In the weeks that follow, the investigation into Jack's operation unearths more than we ever imagined. He had been running a complex web of blackmail, extortion, and manipulation for years, using David and others as pawns. The media frenzy that follows is intense, but through it all, Emily and I stand strong. One evening, as we sit on the couch, Emily turns to me. Thank you for believing in me, even when things looked bad. I don't know what I'd do without you. I take her hand, squeezing it gently. We're in this together, Emily, no matter what. The path to healing is long, but we walk it side by side, our bond stronger than ever. The ordeal has changed us, but it's also shown us the strength of our love. And as we look forward to the future, we know that nothing can tear us apart. In the end, we've learned that trust and honesty are the foundations of any relationship. And though the road was rough, we've come out the other side with a deeper understanding of each other and a renewed commitment to our marriage. The shadows of the past may linger, but the light of our love shines brighter, guiding us towards a new beginning.